All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Athlete and Artist Show. I am the artist Kyle Forge, alongside the athlete, professional hockey player Zach Boychuk. Season 6, episode 13. Brand new partner. We are now presented by BETHOG. BETHOG Crypto Casino. For the foreseeable future, this is probably the longest, we won't get into all the details, but the longest deal partnership that we've signed, and I think the history of our show. So super excited to move forward with BETHOG. They're founded by the original founders of FanDuel. So super good people involved in this that have had major success in the past. I'll spit through our ad read here. We could talk about them more just naturally as well, but they're our go-to crypto casino and sportsbook. They're available in Canada, and they're from the creators of FanDuel, like I just mentioned. They've got all your favorite casino games, all your favorite sports, and much more, like the world's first and only AI dealers. That's super cool. We can get into that. We're going to be streaming today as well, so we'll test out some of those. I think there's a lot of cool concepts that they could do in terms of branding partnerships with celebrities and athletes and stuff like that regarding AI, which would be super cool in the future as well. Go to bethog.com and you can show us some love by using the sign up bonus code AAS. Just the letters, Athlete Artist Show, just AAS. bethog.com, bonus code AAS. Super pumped about BETHOG.
And I was using it a couple months ago, and just to try it out, and I loved how like seamless it was, especially if you want to use like Solana or you want to throw in some crypto. It's super easy to load it up, to withdraw. I know a lot of these sports books, there's all these like little, you sign up, and then all of a sudden, you win a little bit of money and you can't withdraw, you can't do all this stuff. So
Yeah.
BetHog seems pretty straightforward. You can put regular crypto Solana in, place your bets, and seems like a great platform, and we're excited for the long-term partnership with them.
Yeah, and they have experience in it too, so they're not just like random guys that opened up a crypto casino. Like you see a lot in, I feel like, gambling ever since crypto took off too. Like they had they were major player. They're the founders of one of the major players in like mainstream sports betting, and they obviously had success with that. And now they've come to the crypto side, and now they're doing sportsbook and casino, which is super cool. So yeah, super excited to partner with them, and I'm sure we'll do some test streams and really test out the platforms, and then we'll do obviously some sports bets. We've got NFL football coming up, playoffs. Go Panthers! Panthers in the playoffs. Panthers to win the Super
Actually
Bowl.
made it. How crazy was that?
In,
Last game of the season. They needed
insane,
help too.
insane, dude. I had when you told me that they could still make playoffs, I didn't even believe you. I was like, there's no way these guys are in playoff could have a chance of making playoffs still. I don't know what I forgot to look into what the tiebreaker was, how they ended up getting the tiebreaker, but like just insane.
It ended up being a three-way tie for the division lead, and then they somehow won the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I don't understand how they won that because they're not a very good team. But I mean, they're in
If
the
it would have
playoffs.
been like head to head between the Panthers and the Bucks, I think the Bucks would have made it.
Yeah,
But it was a three-way tie between the Panthers, the Bucks, and Falcons, maybe. So crazy.
insane. Go Panthers! Taking Panthers to win the bowl.
They
I
might
mean,
they might win it.
that's gonna be. I think
Underdogs.
as soon as we hit this stream, that's my first bet on BetHog is Panthers win the Super Bowl. I think I haven't even looked to see if they have a futures bet on that yet, but that's gonna be my first thing.
And you know who we won't be betting on? That's the Winnipeg Jets and the New Jersey Devils.
Dude, the Jets have, what are they, 3-20 in their last 23 games? I think
Something horrible, yeah. They've lost 12 or 13 in a row. It's tough.
And then the Devils just got pumped. Was it 9-0?
9-rip against the Islanders.
It's like Winnipeg Jets. You have the best goalie in the world. Is he hurt right now? Has he been playing?
I think he's healthy now.
So you have the best goalie pretty much in the world in the NHL. And there's just I mean, they have struggled with injuries up front too a little bit. I think
I
maybe
mean,
like
they
a
were
couple.
first place in the whole league last year,
Yeah.
and what did they lose? Nikolai Ehlers, like,
Hmm.
and they pretty much have the exact same team other than him,
Yeah. Like,
and now they're in dead last.
was Shifley injured at all this year? I thought he was hurt for a little bit. Maybe he's just been invisible, but
No, I feel like he's been having a good year. Like he's been close to making the Olympic team, but it's just him and Connor that are doing all the scoring, and then nobody else is chipping in. So they're just finding ways to lose right now.
yeah, I mean, it's funny you say that because San Jose is the same thing with Celebrini. The kid's got 67 points, and the next guy down has 30.
I love watching this guy play. Like he's got the puck on the stick almost the whole game. He's similar to like Quinn Hughes, like with puck possession, makes plays, plays both sides of the puck. Did you see that quote that Dean Evison had said through the World Championships? He said Crosby. He said the only way he's coming is if he gets to play on a line with Celebrini.
I did see that, yeah,
Like how sweet would that be, being an 18, 19-year-old kid?
playing with Crosby.
We
It,
might be
it
putting them together on the Olympic team too. So
I feel like you would have to. Like you test some of those lines, especially in those early games. I mean, it's gonna be.
yeah,
I feel like it's gonna be Crosby's show. So
Crosby, McDavid, McKinnon. Like those are your three centers. Yeah, obviously maybe one of them's going to play the wing, but you're going to have Celebrini in the top six, hopefully for sure the top nine. He's you know
yeah,
proving himself that he's one of the best players in the league right now. Doesn't matter how old he is.
and the Sharks are in a playoff spot. So
That's insane.
if they make
Especially
playoffs,
with their tough start to the season, like
yeah, and if they make playoffs, he has to be in consideration for the Hart.
got it. Yeah. What did you say? The next guy on the team has like only 30 points.
30 points, yeah, and then Will Smith, I think, has a couple points less than that. I think he's got 27, but he was hurt too. So like Will Smith's almost at a point per game too. So these guys have played however many games, and Celebrini is almost at 2 per game, almost like what, probably 1.75 or something like that. I don't know what it is, but insane,
I saw he's on pace for like 130 points, or maybe he gets to 150. Like that would be insane.
nuts. Speaking of the Olympics, well, should we talk about let's go World Juniors first before we hit the Olympics, since the World Juniors just
Yeah,
ended.
we haven't had a podcast since they lost out, right?
Yeah, we filmed it right before the semis, or the right before the quarters, or the semis. No, we filmed it the day of the U.S. Finland game, so the day of the day of the quarters.
That was the quarters, yeah.
And you called it, like insane how you called that game. When we were talking about them not bringing the '08 leading WHL scorer, you're like, yeah, if they lose tonight, they could go back and
Looks bad.
yeah, it looks bad. And what happened? They lost in overtime. Insane game. I was on my way to the Wranglers game, like walking across the street, having this thing on TSN overtime on my phone. I was like waiting for this game. And then they scored. Man, that last 2 minutes was insane.
And then somehow, everybody I think wanted Canada, USA maybe to meet in the semifinals. We didn't get that, but we got Canada Czech for the third straight year in a row.
Yeah. And for the third straight year in a row, Czech gets the better of them.
The Czechs just own us. I don't know. It's that one team that just finds a way to beat us.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to Four Nations when the U.S. beat Canada in a round robin, like in the game that didn't matter, and then in the game that mattered, Canada came back. This was the opposite. Canada got their revenge against the Czechs in the game that didn't really matter, and then when it really came down to it, the Czechs bounced us from playoffs or from the tournament.
And now everyone wants to start another summit, and this year we took too much skill, and there's too many guys that just dangle now, and too many first round picks. They should have picked more role players and all this stuff. And it was the complete opposite last year. Like, they left all these skill guys at home. So I don't know what Hockey Canada's gonna have to do for that tournament. Obviously, I mean, at least they got the bronze medal against Finland in the bronze medal game. But that's a team that probably should have won, and you run into the Czechs, and that's what happened.
Yeah, it was win or bust for Team Canada. Like that, obviously, I feel like in any other country besides Canada, U.S., you medal at World Juniors at an international event, it's like the country's happy. Canada, U.S. is like, unless you're getting a gold medal in hockey,
Yeah,
nobody gives a shit.
especially at the World Juniors. Like I feel like, World Championships,
Yeah.
even Olympics, like the countries are so good. Everybody's getting better, but I feel like the World Juniors, like we care the most about it in Canada.
Hmm.
It's broadcasted all over TSN. Like it's kind of been our tournament, especially when, we won five in a row back in, the early 2000s, and then, Bedard's year. But yeah, pretty crazy that um I think it's Sweden's only first gold medal or something in like, what was it, 12 years? And I think second gold medal in like 45 years. So
Which is crazy.
that's pretty good for them, for Sweden.
That's insane considering how much talent comes out of Sweden too.
Oh,
Like,
I feel like they would have had way more gold medals than that.
yeah, but I mean, I guess it's been Canada, US for the longest time. Like, but
Yeah, Canada, US, Finland
yeah,
since like 2012 or something like that.
yeah, the Finns always have a good squad too. Like that
Yeah.
that bronze medal game. Like, I was hoping to see Finland in the set. I guess it would have been either the semis or the finals, depending if we got past Czech. But yeah, that would have been a good game. I texted their equipment manager after the U.S. game. I was like, "Congratulations! Like, hope to see you guys next round." And we ended up seeing them in the bronze. But yeah, tough end of the tournament for both those teams. But I think you need to bring that skill. But I also think that Canada they could have just simplified their play a little bit. Like, there was too much passing where like they weren't even looking where they were passing. Like, you don't need a fancy pass. Just get it to the fucking guy. Like, you don't need to do
And
a
they had their
spinorama
chances.
backwards
I
pass.
mean,
Like, yeah, that stuff looks sick, but like you don't need to show your skill every single time you have the puck or every single time you're on the ice. Like, there's times for it, and then there's times where a simple play is going to be way more beneficial to you and the team offensively than trying to make a flashy skill play.
yeah, they were a little bit too run and gun. Like I think their power play was really good. But what really let them down was, chances against, giving
Mm-hmm.
up goals. I mean, they had the two penalty shots with Hage. Obviously, he gets tripped on the first one, probably would have been an automatic goal. They give him a reshot, and
Same
then he
move.
misses on the second one. But apparently, if the goalie would have tripped him again on the second one, it would have been an automatic goal. Did you see that on circulating online?
No, I didn't see that.
And he went to the same move. Imagine
Same
the
move.
goalie would have tripped him again.
And he had poked him too. Like, goalie did the same,
Got
almost the
him.
exact same move too. Just didn't trip him that time. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
But
that
Zane,
entire
Zane,
sequence, like, no, never been seen before. I've never seen. Even I texted my ref buddy. He's like, dude, I've never ever seen that.
I wonder how the ref knew that rule. They must really be studying the playbooks, the ref books going into a big tournament like that.
Yeah, the refing was a little bit better, I found, this year as compared to other
Yeah.
years, but I still think it was some of it was a little soft. Like, there were some hits that were not 5 minute majors that,
Well, even
uh,
even like the last like 3-4 minutes of the game, like you're calling penalties to basically decide the game, like especially
yeah,
that Czech Canada game. Like they were down, they could have maybe had a chance to come back, and then I think
yeah,
McKenna got a penalty, and then there was maybe another like goalie interference penalty that the guy like Reshny kind of got pushed in, and
yeah,
yeah,
those
like
were brutal,
you
dude. All like
you
there were
kind of
three goalie interference penalties in that game for both sides. Like, none of them
yeah.
should have been goalie interference, in my opinion. Sorry to interrupt, but like that,
Especially at that time of the game, like when it's
yeah,
like, gold medal, you're either making the gold medal or you're playing in the bronze, and you don't even really get a chance to make the comeback because of a questionable call. But I mean, the refing was a lot better. I don't think you can blame the refs. It was the same way on both sides, and
yeah,
um, you know, overall, it was a better tournament for them than the last 2 years. You had Perek. He had an unbelievable tournament.
so
I think
good,
he was a leading Canadian defenseman now,
yeah.
passing, was it Petrangelo and who is it? Maybe Brian McCabe or Carlo Koliakovo. So he's got the sole record for Canada. Pretty cool for Zane Perek.
I think what he ended up only being what 2 or 3 points away from the overall record too.
Yeah, I feel like that was my buddy Carl Anderson, his dad. I think he's Swedish. He's got the record for World Junior Tournament. I think it's like 14 or 15 points. I'm pretty sure Perek had like 13 points, but
Yeah,
great tournament for him. But still, like even with Perek, like there was a couple plays defensively that might have cost him, and then even like the empty netter, like near the end of the game, you get a little piece of that guy. You might get the puck back, and he just kind of puts a little stick on him. The guy skates in. It's just like
yeah,
you like those skill guys. You like those guys putting up points, but it's better to have a guy like Makar or guys that can both do it both ways.
yeah, for sure. I mean, he that is the one thing he needs to work on is his defensive play. Funny enough, as a defenseman, but man, there's no question that he's an incredible talent. Like the Flames are lucky to have him,
100%.
and especially once he gets going in the NHL. I think it was kind of soft how he apologized for what he said about like have players needing personalities. Like we've talked about that before. I've said it a million times. Like they, especially nowadays, like we've talked about it with Zegras back when like he was kind of first in the league making a spin. Everyone was like, "Oh, he's so cocky," blah blah blah. But like you need to have personality. Like you need to be allowed to show your personality, especially in today's climate. Like especially if you want something outside of hockey. Like not every player is gonna have a 15-year pro career like Sidney Crosby or you like at any level. So like to have you need to be able to set yourself up outside of that as well. Uh, and you see it with NBA players and football players. Like, yeah, they're a little bit more cocky and outspoken, but like it's part of their like they do it. A lot of them do it well, and they are able to sign $1 billion deals with Nike, or they're able to have outside businesses or brands of their own, like Michael Jordan or LeBron with literally a lifetime Nike deal. Just like setting yourself up outside of the game itself is important. I think you need the personality to do that.
100%. Like that Zegras Selly the other day when he put
So good.
the phone down after beating his old squad. I love that. And like
Yeah.
I don't think any of the Flames guys are telling Perek like give simple answers, like don't have personality. I mean, it could be coming from up
Ownership.
top
Yeah.
with the Flames, or maybe like a social media guy or something, but I think it's probably there's definitely something that he didn't have to apologize about. I feel like it kind of got some legs and got taken the wrong way. But yeah, the more outgoing that he can be, the more confident that he can be. You could tell at the beginning of this year has been tough for him with the Flames and in and out of the lineup with some injuries, and that's the NHL.
Yeah.
It's a grown man. It's a big man's league. A lot of the guys are 27, 28 in their prime. Um, they're hitting guys. I feel like that's another thing Prek needs to work on is taking hits. Even in the World Juniors, he was taking some pretty hard hits. So it's not pond hockey out there. This is a man's game, and I definitely think that as he gets older, he's going to grow into that. And for him being at the World Juniors, I loved his confidence, loved his new lease on life. I feel like he was probably just happy to get out of Calgary.
Yeah.
The team was losing while he was there, and then he just showed up on the world stage, and now Calgary's got him back. I think he might be a little bit injured right now, possibly from the World Juniors, but once you get him back in, hopefully he's riding with that same confidence.
Yeah, I think he joined the 5 game trip that I believe they're on. Or I don't know how far into the trip they were when he joined, but yeah, it's super nice for him to get out of Calgary and get that confidence back. And like he led didn't he lead the entire tournament in points? I don't know if he ended up
He
ended
was
up leading
close. I
that
think it
way.
was Page was up there, maybe Perek.
Oh yeah, I
McKenna
think
had
I
a big
think
night the
I
last game too.
yeah, I think Hage did pass him in that last game, but like sick for you bring up McKenna too. Like I think he got his confidence back as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So So Hage and McKenna both ended up passing them in that last game. Hage ended up with 15 points, McKenna with 14, Perek with 13. But pretty much the entire tournament, Perek was leading. Beat him in that. I forget how to pronounce this Czech player's name, but Cihar or Chiar.
Yeah.
But McKenna had we talked about it before the tournament how big this tournament was going in for him, especially in his draft year and having struggles, even though he's a point per game in the NCAA, but struggling compared to what the expectations were for him at Penn State. Getting this confidence back and then using that confidence to have a better second half of the year, which he has even said himself. Like he said now his focus is he knows where that he didn't perform up to expectations in the first half, and he's kind of climatizing to the new league and the new structure and playing against these older guys. He's still 17 years old, or he might have just turned 18. But now he's like, I'm looking forward to having a stronger second half of the season at Penn State. So, I mean, to me, he's still first overall pick.
Yeah, but it'll be between him and Stenberg probably. I feel like that was it Verhoff? He had an okay
Yeah.
tournament, but
Yeah.
I think Stenberg probably had the best tournament out of the three. If you look at him winning the gold and
Mm-hmm.
making some big plays at the right time, I still think a lot of people are questioning like, is McKenna that generational, Connor Bedard, Connor McDavid style. Like you remember Bedard's World Juniors, how dominant he was, commanding the puck on his stick, and even at 17, 18 years old, how good he was. I feel like McKenna had a good tournament points wise, maybe power play wise, but was
Yeah.
he that dominant? I mean, he had a good line with Hage and Brady Martin, and then Martin got hurt in that right before the Czech game, I think, and
Yeah.
it was probably tough without him because that line was doing really good.
Dude, Brady Martin's so good too, and he's a workhorse. Like he's your classic farm boy with skill. Like
Yeah,
he'll work his ass off, and he's got so much skill. Like the Preds are so lucky to have him. I think the Preds
great.
organization needs someone like him, especially with how much they've been struggling, and as the like Stammer and these guys that they brought in probably go out for the remainder of their career. Brady Martin's an unreal guy to have in that organization.
Yeah, I could see him playing next year right away. I mean, I know he got a few games this year, but
Yeah.
um, he's perfect for Nashville. Trotz made a good pick there. I think he was a bit of a surprise going fifth overall too.
Yeah, and I was chirping him before the draft about him not showing up to the draft. I was like, this guy doesn't want to go to his draft. He wants to stay on the farm and like work. Like, what do you mean? But like, I was wrong.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, especially after seeing his draft party, it was so sick. Like they put a giant screen on a tractor and shit. I'm like, okay, he's just your classic like down to earth farm boy that just loves playing hockey. And like those are some of the best guys to have
yeah,
on teams.
yeah. And the draft was a joke that year, anyways. Like with all the
Yeah.
teams calling in and the awkward stuff going on, but
Yeah, I was like, he made a good decision.
um,
After I saw that too, I was like, he made a good decision staying home.
yeah, it sounds like the draft might be in Buffalo this year coming up.
That's
So
odd. So it went from Nashville to Vegas to Buffalo.
I mean, Buffalo's close to Toronto. I'm sure a lot of people are kind of close to that. It's central, but
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes. But yeah, tough tournament for Canada. Just imagine if they had Celebrini and Schaefer and Dickinson and some of these guys that were in the NHL, but that's they still feel like even without those guys, they're supposed to win the championship.
It's insane seeing like what you just brought up, like the guys that were eligible that were just playing the NHL. So I saw people trying to justify it, which like you can like look how much talent Canada has. Like there's 5 guys in the NHL right now, or four-ish, whatever, that could have been playing on the team that are lighting it up in the NHL right now.
Yeah, that's a big part of the team. That would have been the main guys, and instead of Celebrini being your number one center, I mean, Hage was pretty good, but
Mm-hmm.
imagine having a 1-2 punch of him and Hage. Like That's insane.
Yeah, Hage is very, very good.
Yeah, he'll be in the NHL soon as well. Montreal,
Montreal pick. Man, him joining
we got some
Montreal is
guys coming.
insane. Like
It's
with
not
who they
fair.
have, it's not fair. Caulfield, Demidov, Hudson,
Slavkovsky's coming.
Slavkovsky.
Yeah, I mean,
Like that team is
it's
gonna be
crazy.
so good if they can keep all
And
those guys,
Maurice was
dude.
talking about it the other day. Like they're like a new style team. They got so much skill. I feel like a lot of teams have kind of gone on the more, Florida Panthers style,
Mm-hmm.
but playing against an all skill team like Montreal, you gotta change your style up a little bit. So a lot of teams are having a tough time figuring them out.
Man, just seeing how much uh, talent is coming into the NHL right now is insane. And going to the Olympics, like what circle back to what we were saying about the Olympics, that team's going to be sick. I think for Canada, for the US is going to be sick. Sweden's nasty. We went over them last week. Finland too. Did you see the latest arena news?
The hole in the rink or the
Hole in the
hole in the
rink,
ice surface.
hole in the ice surface. So they had this test event. Then the next post I see is just, oh, it's delayed because there's a gigantic hole in the rink that they're trying to fix. I was like, holy.
Yeah, they're playing the Italian Cup right now, so it's pretty similar to what like we have our Slovenian Cup. Our
Yeah,
our championship is next weekend, so or next
nice.
week. We have a 5 game series. So the Italians are doing it right now in the semifinal game was there I think today or yesterday.
Do they have some of the seats curtained off, or does that second bowl not go all the way around on the one
I feel
side?
like there's probably a big curtain there, and there's nobody really sitting in the blue seats. I don't know if that's like a standing area for fans or if that's just different style seats, and then it's either blocked off with a curtain or it's not finished. I don't know
Yeah, that's what I
what
was
exactly
thinking.
the thing is there.
I was like, I was trying to see like some of the posts that I saw. At least I couldn't really tell. Like I thought in one of them it was a curtain, and then the other one I was like, it doesn't look like there's any seats behind there. I'm like, is it just not done, or is it just this weird like shape? Because the other side it went all the way around. So I was like, okay, well
Yeah,
it's not like they are taking out the seats in the on the goal like the goal sides, but I was like, this is just weird not having the second bowl go all the way around when the lower bowl is too. So I was like, it looks unfinished. At first, like last week, a couple weeks ago,
yeah,
last time we talked about it, I thought like that side of the entire arena, like I thought they were still building that wall. That's what it looked
yeah.
like a couple weeks ago. But I
They're
was like, okay, hopefully it's just a
they're
curtain.
s-
But
they're still building the locker rooms, I think. They don't know about like bathrooms for fans, so
that's
it's
crazy.
coming down the crunch time.
I saw the locker room thing, and it was just like still work in progress. It was just an empty, like shitty room. I was like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. But the players don't give a shit. Like everyone keeps coming out. Nate was just on chicklets. He's like, dude,
Yeah.
I don't care. Like we could go play 3-on-3 for all I care.
No excuses. He just wants to play. He's a beast. But yeah, like I feel like the ice has to be safe for the guy. It's like,
Yeah,
and one of the Italian guys did come out and say on Twitter that minus the big hole in the one area, the rest of the ice surface was really good. So
that's good,
a little patch up job. Hopefully the guys know what they're doing, and then Nate can go be a beast out there.
dude. Did you see that interview that Nate just did with chicklets?
Yeah, that's I always thought he was like super serious. He is super serious, but I feel like those guys kind of loosen him up a little bit.
Yeah,
I
he's
like the
hilarious.
interview.
He's what was interesting to me, like he said he's lifting heavy before games this year.
Yeah, I don't know a ton of guys that are doing that, so that's interesting.
It's like a
You're saying the
sprinter's workout.
sprinters are doing that?
Yeah, which is super interesting. I was like, I think he said he's not doing it to exhaustion. He's not doing a ton of reps. Like he's just doing a few sets and then getting out there. And I was looking it up
Mm,
too. And usually, like sprinters do it before a competition too, but they'll do it like a few hours or maybe a day before, depending on I guess your process. The way he made it
mm.
seem, he's like out there doing lifts before he goes out for the game. I was like,
Yeah,
damn.
I mean, for sure in the morning pregame skate. I know some guys
Yeah,
will lift heavy, but right before the game, yeah, I mean, a lot of guys usually just play soccer and use the regular warm up, but
yeah.
seems like all the Avalanche are lifting heavy. He said basically the whole team's doing it, and they're in first place right now. So there might be something to it.
Not only in first place, they've only lost 2 regulation games, I think, or are they up to 4 now? I don't know. They
I
didn't
think they
lose a
set a
regulation.
record for the first 40 or 41 games. They got the most points out of any team ever. So they're doing
That's
something right. I liked it how he talked about like Rantanen and Nietzsche's too, like how they're a
yeah,
little bit different players. You got to play with them differently. Rantanen's good down low, but Nietzsche's just wheels, and you just let him go and get out of his way. So,
yeah.
pretty good interview there.
Yeah, that was a really good interview. Also, Colorado's the only team right now with under 100 goals against, and they have 4 regulation losses. They have 99 goals against, 175 for.
There's two new goalies coming in, and they're,
Nuts.
they just had the puck the whole game.
Yeah, he's like another. It was interesting. He also said, not interesting, but just funny. He's like, yeah, I'll just skate in and look for number 8 behind me. He's never a bad option to pass to. Like, talking about Makar. Like,
That's
he's like,
true.
our team is
Dale's
just
a good
kind
guy
of
to pass
nasty.
to for an assist, probably.
100%. Uh, anything else that you want to touch on before we get out? Did you want to go over the Senator stuff?
Yeah, we could briefly talk about it. Obviously, the rumor mill's flying out in Ottawa, especially
Yeah,
around Linus Hallmark.
yeah, and I don't know if we need to bring up what the rumor was. Like, people can go look at that if they really want to, but it was basically what it's come out as now is just a nonsense. Okay, relax, Crooks. Jeez. Um, it's come out as a nonsense rumor because he's taken personal time away from the team. It's come out as nonsense rumor that was made up by an account that I've heard doesn't even exist anymore. Like, someone just made it up, and I didn't even know about it until the Senators made a statement. And I
Yeah,
saw a
the
post.
Senators blew it up.
I saw a post on, it wasn't even from the Senators. It was like a repost of the original tweet and then the statement from the Sens. And I was like, I had to check and see if the statement from the Sens was real. I was like, there's no way a team would address this. Like, there's no way they would put out a post on Instagram addressing this. Like, maybe in the media, but there's no way they're gonna post it on their social media. Sure shit that the Sens literally posted a graphic statement on their Instagram. I was like, what are these guys doing?
They posted it. They're calling them trolls. I wonder if it was just a Sens fan, or maybe it's like a Toronto Maple Leafs fan that made a random account and just wants to get the whole locker room in Ottawa, um, you know, up in airs, like not happy. But yeah, there's so many rumors going around. That's why these guys aren't playing good, and then they get smoked 8-2 by the Avalanche right after. It's like, oh man, it's tough sledding out in Ottawa right now. The
Yeah.
trolls.
Yeah, not fun to be an Ottawa Senator right now, but um yeah, there was just no need to address it. I think like no one,
No.
majority of the people that know about it now would not have known about it if they didn't say anything. Like the
Yeah, and then
Chicklets wouldn't
social
have been talking
media,
about it. We wouldn't have been talking about it. Whatever, like TSN or whoever in the media wouldn't have been talking about it. They came out and said that. They're like, we had no need to address this until the Senators addressed it.
yeah, Elliot Friedman was talking about it on his podcast, like the first thing that he talked about. So I mean, the Senators made it a story, and with social media, sometimes it snowballs. And
Yeah,
but I do feel like it's similar to like what happened with years ago with Connor Bedard and Corey Perry and all the online accounts that are making up all these other rumors. And I
yeah,
I, I can't remember if Chicago ever came out and said anything about it, but he was definitely getting questions from the media, and at that point, it's just like it's tough to stop it. But I think most media members would stay away from it. But if the team makes a press release about it, you got to talk about it.
yeah. That's it too. Like now they open themselves up to questions like after games and like press conferences and stuff. Like it's just they just opened up a whole new stream for this that doesn't need to be there. But
Just don't open up Twitter for a week. It'll be blown over. He'll be
yeah,
he'll be back with the team, but then they signed Patrick Reimer too, so maybe maybe there's something to it. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Hopefully everything in his life is good, but yeah, tough look for the Sens. Anything else that you want to cover before we pop over to the stream?
No, I think that's good.
Sweet.
Thanks to BetHog. We'll be cruising on the stream.
Yep. BetHog, presenting sponsor, official sportsbook and casino of the Athlete and Artist Show. And we will see you guys next week.
Peace.